Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of Rage Quit TV. Gonna be casting a game between Infinity 7's Crazy Moving and Liquid Hero. It is a PvZ on Cloud Kingdom, and you may be starting to wonder why I'm doing so many hero games. The answer is, I just can't find any good replays available right now. A lot of the Koreans, well, they don't upload replays. They never really did. But a lot of the foreigners were at DreamHack, and now they're just returning home, so they haven't been uploading replays, or replays haven't been getting uploaded of them because they've been playing very secretive all on their Smurfs because, well, there was a tournament up and coming. So hopefully now that DreamHack's over, we will be seeing more replays come out. But if you ever watch one of their streams and you see a good game, let me know what day it was played and between who. So 2 names and a date. I will message the player and ask them for the replay, and hopefully they will get back to me and get me the replay so we can get the game casted. Anyways, we do have Hero going out with a 9 pylon scout, and we'll see exactly what Crazy Moving is going to be doing. I'm assuming he's going to go with a 14 or 15 pull into a 15 hatch, and if Hero ends up blocking that, then he'll end up doing either like a 16 or an 18 hatch whenever he can get that natural hatch up. The thing is, he wants to get up as soon as possible, but also he doesn't want to get cannon rush. The thing you have to worry about on Cloud Kingdom, especially when taking a third base as a Zerg, is the probe can do a pylon, can do something funky here. I think he puts a pylon right here, walls that off, can still build a cannon and then mineral walk his way over the mineral line, or do something odd with just a 1 pylon wall on the cannon. So it's very common for probes to hide out around this area, but it looks like I just missed Hero's probe die. No, there we go. It is on the minimap right here. Did not get taken out, so we'll see if this ends up going over to the right, just keeping it alive as long as possible so we can see if the gas does get taken. It looks like Hero right now going to be doing like a 17 Nexus. He knows that the Zerg went for a hatch first, and it doesn't look like he's going to try to cannon rush it or do anything like that. He's like, okay, well, if you're doing a hatch first, chances are you've done this more than I've cannon rushed recently, and have something stored, and can have it planned. So he's just going to be playing very safe, go for the very fast Nexus at 17 supply, getting that up, and he may even take a third base relatively quickly, and even going to be skipping out the Forge. And now this is very dangerous for Crazy Moving because he's not going to know the exact time the warp gates are going to be done. It's going to be done much, much earlier than normal because, well, he just skipped the Forge altogether. Well, not altogether, but generally you go Forge and then Cannon, then Gateway, or Forge, Gateway, Cannon. Hero went for the Gateway, then got the Forge. So that means his Chrono Boost will be done, well, not Chrono Boost, his Warp Gates will be done approximately 30 seconds earlier. Also, he can go for a really early Stargate and other things like that. He could also proxy a Stargate. But he's either going to be going for early 2-base pressure, I would assume, or Stargate play. So we'll see exactly when he ends up taking the 3rd or 4th gas, and that will kind of help tell us if it is going to be Stargate play or not. These 2 gases looking relatively normal for a 17 Nexus. You got to keep in mind, 17 Nexus not the most common, so yeah, take it as it is. We do have the probe. It didn't go out to hide over here, and this a little bit odd from Hero. Actually, it looks like no, it is still getting chased by the Ling, so either it's a mistake by him and the probe got discovered, or and only 1 Ling went down to the cannon. It did finish lately. We do have 3 Lings here, but as I was saying, either a mistake that the probe got found, which I don't think it was. I think he was just running around a little too much. So I'm thinking it's more towards that Hero is not going to be doing any type of early pressure. He may go for any type of gateway early pressure because he's not even trying to put up any forward pylon. So he may be going for either a very fast 3rd base, which is possible because it's very hard for Zergs to attack Protoss on Cloud Kingdom. Very easy for Protoss to defend, especially once they start setting up a wall right here. Kind of walling like this area off, and then only have to worry about 2 entrances to their bases. But it could also be Stargate play, so we'll see exactly what Hero does. We can see the Zerglings have done quite a bit of damage. Much more than only killing 1 worker, but did disrupt the gas, and now killing another worker. The Stalker does get out, and you can see all this gas, and also, if he was paying attention, I haven't seen this Cybernetics Core Chrono Boosted at all. And still not a Chrono Boost on that, so that's another thing that kind of says I'm not going to be doing any type of 2-gate pressure. He did start his Forge +1, so this does kind of rule out Stargate play now because he's used his gas for something on the ground. So we'll see exactly what Hero does. It's looking more and more like it is going to be a very fast third base, just because, again, got this +1 weapons, didn't try to put any pylons out forward and around, doesn't try to sneak any probes back out after it gets discovered. So what pressure is he going to be doing? We do have 3 more gateways on the way and 2 more gases, so this is starting to be a little bit odd from here. I'd assume the expansion would come down before he took those gases, maybe going up on 3 gas, so we'll see exactly what Hero ends up doing. Meanwhile, CrazyMoving just on 2 gases right now, doesn't have a lair, getting a lot of Zerglings, and also getting a Rotorn, so it looks like he may be doing some type of early pressure. We'll see exactly what he ends up doing. This may just be for defense, because around 7:30 is when the warp gates generally finishes on a regular expansion. Could be around 7 minutes, so he's kind of worried about some type of pressure coming up. We do see a robo facility, so this looks like it may be the 2 Immortal push out, and if he is indeed that, we'll see if CrazyMoving does have too many roaches for that. We do have him now starting to expand the creep on his third base, and he's been pretty much untouched, but the threat of pressure has forced him to actually build some units going into the army supply. We do see CrazyMoving with a 19 army supply, Hero with a 14, and this is 9 minutes into the game, so definitely a little bit odd that no pressure has come out. We do see an Observer first. Hallucinate is used on that I guess you can say Overlord to kill it off, and now going to be going out to see exactly what his opponent is doing. Hero setting up to take his third base before the 10-minute mark, it looks like, just trying to take this around the safe time when he has Immortals out, or can get Immortals, has an Observer to watch this area of the map, and a very nice job with that 1 probe. While these units went out, the probe did hold off those Zerglings with the help of the cannon. Pretty cool thing about that right there. You normally don't see probes used at this phase of the game, but this Observer is going to allow him to be very safe, be able to decide where to defend. We see the pylon going off right here, so he's going to start some type of wall, and it looks like he's going to wall this area off, have something to give him vision of this area, as he does have 2 Observers out, I believe. Yeah, 2 Observers. So now he's always going to know which base to put his army out, if it's going to be this base right here or this base. He's going to kind of have a wall this way to kind of prevent an attack from coming in here and just running right on by. And always will most likely keep something walled off right here so Lings don't come running into his main base, as that can be an issue. When roaches come up to attack this third base, Lings can run up here and go straight into the main, get very good scouting information off, because right now CrazyMoving, he's kind of lacking scouting. He just now found out about the third base as it does finish. Overseer is going to come in, see the Robo Bay, and this is probably going to be really good because CrazyMoving is getting a Spire, and generally when they do those Robo plays, Mutas are the counter to this, just because, well, you're not going to have that much Stalkers, and Mutas are very good. However, the downside is, it's Cloud Kingdom, and Muta's just not good on Cloud Kingdom one bit, because how are you going to pressure? It's very easy for the same reason as it is to defend ground, to defend the air pretty much on this. The Mutas just get trapped. If they want to go into the main base, Stalkers blink up. If they want to get over here, it's 1 blink away. If they want to defend this third base, they're pretty much already there. It's very hard for the Mutas. There's really not that much air distance because going from this main to the natural, there's nowhere they can just sneak by, so they can always take damage. It looks like we do have a few Lings running in. Hero not having that walled off, but does have a pretty good force field. The second one does go down, saves that sentry, and now these Lings can do absolutely no damage except disrupt some mining time. But all CrazyMoving is doing right now is buying time to get this 4th base up. You can see the next base probably going to be at this base, just expanding all over the place because he wants to initiate a base trade once the Mutas do come out. He will be ahead on bases, but as I was saying, stall count is going up. He's getting pretty heavy on the Stalkers. No, he didn't see. Oh, wait, the Spire wasn't there. No, he didn't see the Spire. He saw all the gases, didn't see the Spire, but he's not just rushing out into those Colossus right away. Going to be getting a lot of these Stalkers up. They don't have Blink yet. Blink, though, just now starting, so I don't know if these Mutas are going to do that much damage. They have been spotted. A Templar Archives is being built in response to that. Storms are very good against Mutas. You don't have to kill the Mutas, but every Storm does do quite a bit of damage, around at least 10. Most likely it's going to do around 20 damage to those Mutas, and eventually that is going to weather them down. Once they get down to like 60 HP, then Stalkers pick them off very, very quickly. But again, Stalkers are going to have blinks. So how are the mutas going to be doing damage? We're going to see them probably get shut down. I just don't see mutas doing that much damage on Cloud King, but CrazyMoving is doing the right thing about taking bases all over the place. So he's going to have a huge economic advantage. So when all these mutas die, he can reinforce with Brood Lords and whatever he needs. He's going to need to get Spine Claws up as well, because again, it's going to be very hard for these mutas to do damage. We do see them coming in. A Force Field does come, preventing those lings. The two Colossus most likely will be falling, but they do end up targeting the cannons. Muta's going to be going up into the base. The Stalkers blink up, and look, they're already there, ready to defend that one base. Some lings coming in and don't do any damage, but that got fended off very well. And what did Hero lose? Looks like 2 cannons, so not that much of a loss there for Hero. You can see this one pro being the bane of Hero's existence right now. Not being a hero, actually being a villain. Stopping the Stalkers from moving on out, but they are now split up. So he is going to be able to zone the mutas outside of his base, but CrazyMoving doing the intelligent thing about expanding absolutely everywhere, even putting a Spore Curl at this base to defend against any possible DTs, and that is a lot of mutas actually. 25 mutas out on the field, going to try to cancel off this 4th base. It looks like, yeah, that is going to have to be canceled. Roaches even coming in at the same time. And those Roaches right now just want to be sacrificed. However, they don't want to be sacrificed at the same time, because if you sacrifice all your ground army, then the Protoss is going to know, okay, now I can launch an assault. You don't have anything to delay me. So CrazyMoving just going to be holding these Roaches to do suicide attacks like this and keep a few alive back off in the back, or a few units alive. I was trying to find out what those lings were running back to. It doesn't look like anything is going on. We don't have any Warp Prism play. Muta's going to be coming back into this, take out both of those cannons, but the Stalkers now getting into position to be able to deal with those Mutas. Mutas are at 1-0 while the Stalkers are at 2-1, and now Blink does come down, doesn't have anything to spot the high ground, and at the same time leaving some Templars with Sentries and Colossus over here to defend against any type of ground assault. And now we have a bunch of lings going to be running in along with the Mutas, but this Templar is here, doesn't have energy for Storm just yet, and now does back off, staying alive. Those lings don't have a good area. We do see Hero with another wall up in the back, and a quick response to those lings. Once the lings get taken out, he does cancel all those cannons as he no longer needs them. That just saved him so many units. Hero doing such a good job just defending against these mutas, and CrazyMoving is going to be stuck in an awkward spot. He only has a layer, and didn't go up into that hive tech. So what can he reinforce with? His ground upgrades are abysmal. He is going for a +2 melee attack and +2 flyer attack, but Hero going to be getting Urkons and Templars to deal with the mutas, and that will also deal with the lings at the same time. We do see the mutas trying to go up into the main. Those 2 Stalkers kind of slow them down, and there we go. Big Blink does come off. Storm goes down on these mutas. Stalkers get up here to defend the main, and by the time they get up here, they have another blink, and they can blink down to defend the 3rd base. At the same time, we do have Hero going to be using his units that cannot attack air to take out one of CrazyMoving's bases. CrazyMoving now going to be expanding over to this side. Did save his drones. Hasn't really lost many drones this game, only 10, and that is not that many drones. Templars have a lot of Storm. The mutas have to be careful. And the Stalkers are here. Storm does go off on those mutas. Now Blink does come down, and these mutas taking some damage, and it looks like Hero wants to win the game right now. Has all his forces pretty much down here. Does have enough for 3 to 4 storms. And how is CrazyMoving going to be defending this? The answer is he is not going to defend this. He is going to get a bunch of Spine Claws up, delay this, and go off for a huge counterattack as the Stalkers do try to come. Lanes go and delay those Stalkers. There's not much else they can do. Muta's going to be coming into the main base. Pick off the cannons first. We do have Stalkers being morphed in. +3, not really being worried about. Actually is +2 ground. I don't know if he has double forge or not. Muta's going to try to pick off all the pylons to just do something. Try to get something up. And a Storm does go down, doing more damage to these Mutas. This 4th base still up. And this small ground assault force from Hero is still alive, looking for any bases. Few Zealots are going to wander off down here. There are 5 of 6 Spine Claws, so that is not going to be a good use of those Zealots. They're immediately going to be dying. That is one situation they cannot hold when they're just going out to scout. One of the more unique ones. We do have the Stalkers blinking underneath these mutas. The mutas, again, have to retreat. All the mutas can do at this stage of the game is delay Hero as long as possible. You can see CrazyMoving doesn't have the largest of banks. He is getting adrenal glands with Fly Attack level 3 and Melee Attack level 2. And is going to try to defend this with Pure Link. If he can use the mutas and take out the Colossus and the Templar, those Lings are going to do pretty well. They are well upgraded. And here we go, the Ling's going to be running in. The Stalkers do get caught, but they do blink. And now again, just going to be targeting down those mutas. You can see him just force targeting them down, not worried about those Lings. And now blinks up again just to attack the mutas. He's not worried about Lings at his base. What he is worried about, though, is the muta count being too high for a Warpin to deal with. If that ever happens, if he ever loses all his Stalkers, then he comes in the danger of not having enough to defend at home if the mutas did not go down. If that's the case, then CrazyMoving can come back into the game. But you can see Hero just make sure all the mutas went down, and at the same time reinforcing his base so he could deal with the 11 or so mutas out on the field. Mothership is coming on out. Stalkers do blink. The mutas are forced on back. We do have CrazyMoving ahead by 1 base right now. Going into the workers, it is 77 drones to 79 probes. Going over into the income, you can see it's not that big of a difference for CrazyMoving being ahead by a base or 2. Or just a base, but this one going to get sniped. And now these Lings going to be doing a little bit of a run by. They did take out whatever building was right here. I think that was the 7 Export. So the Lings are free to run right on in. That Templar does not have enough energy to storm. Same time, we have a lot of Zealots going down to this base and a lot of Stalkers over here. So he may be attacking 2 bases at once. Those Lings run on by into the main. Going to be taking out the Cybernetics Core over here. Maybe that was a forge? I don't know. Or a gateway? Or a pylon or a cannon? There's something there. Mutas, though, are going to run into the Stalkers without the Ling support. Few mutas do go down. Hero backing on off. Does have the Templar with Storm. Has even more Storms waiting for those mutas and Lings. So, CrazyMoving, he is not out of this game. The army supply is about equal. If he can manage to get damage done or prevent Hero from expanding again, it will be great to catch these Stalkers before they group up and before they get near the Archons or Templars. They will be in an okay situation. The +3 flyer attack now just finishing. The Stalkers, though, are at 2-2, about to be at 3-2. Mothership has just now arrived on the field over at this main base. There's few Zealots right here. Probably dealt with that 1 lane run by. Zealots going to be taking out this base way over here. The base down here did survive. More Spine Crawlers did go up. He did lose his Queen. And Hero's bank now is starting to get larger than CrazyMoving's bank. And this is the dangerous spot because Hero, he is fully teched out. CrazyMoving, he is at a hive, doesn't have a Greater Spire, doesn't have an Ultralisk Cavern, doesn't have a bank of either larva or really money. He's got a bank of 18 larva. Hero, that has pretty much the equivalent gateways that he can warp in. So, CrazyMoving is in a very disgusting spot right now. He is pushed up against the corner and still just building these mutas. Staying on this muta tech, I think, a little bit too long. Never went into Infestors. He did a great job at dealing with the Colossus, and if he had Infestors to kind of fungal growth the Stalkers to prevent them from blinking around, to just avoid the Lings and go straight for the mutas down in this one area, that would have been much more effective. Those Lings would have actually been able to get up close to those Stalkers, prevent them from killing the mutas, which are the expensive part to reproduce for CrazyMoving. And, yeah, just been more cost-effective. So that mistake right now really coming back to haunt him, that he didn't have that. We do have Storm now coming up, doing a lot of damage to a handful of Stalkers. Again, it doesn't do much damage to all of them, but the thing is, it does a little damage to all. So, Liquid Hero right now going to be pressing on, just taking out all the bases. He did kill off this base. 1 muta over there just waiting. Forward pylon is going to be built right there to probably try to secure this base or just secure CrazyMoving from taking it. Mothership is out. Does get a Vortex off. It looks like that does get quite a bit of units. The Zealots deal with the Lings. This is enough Stalkers out here to kill off these mutas. The question is, what is in the Vortex? We do see Hero kind of surrounding it right now, so it looks like we do have mutas inside that Vortex. And yes, a lot of mutas in it. No Archons get in, but Crazy Moving loses them anyways. GG. But as I said, if he had fungal growth, let's go back into the game right here so I can kind of show you what I was talking about. Oh, where is it? Let's go from 16 minutes, and we'll fast forward. I think this is the big turning point of the game. There were other smaller ones, but the main, I guess, this is why you don't go mutas on Cloud Kingdom. As I said, it's very easy to defend, especially from someone like Hero is known for the multitasking. But I'm waiting for something to happen in this area. That is the key spot. So we do have this base being sniped right now in 18 minutes. Something going on there. Not going to worry too much about that. I think no run by coming in. Come on. It's got to be around here somewhere. Zealots now just discovered that base. They will be taken out. Okay. So, I think it's right here. So, during this battle, it's really good that Crazy Moving catches the Colossus. Doesn't get into the middle, so the mutas don't have to worry about it because it does take them quite a while to kill the Colossus off. So the great thing is, Crazy Moving will kill off this immediately. The Mortal is not going to be useful. No Zealots in this composition, just pure Stalkers. However, the good thing for Hero is there's no Infestors for fungal growth. So we're going to watch this battle, kind of show you exactly what happens. Colossus gets taken out instantaneously, doesn't do much damage at all. Lings are going to clean off those. Okay, now they go in. I'm going to let the mutas kill off these Immortals really quickly. Lings to do the Stalkers, because Stalkers don't do so well against Lings, as you do know. But if he had a fungal growth right here, he could kill all these Stalkers. But watch here what he's going to be doing. Gets one on the, uses Observant, gets vision on the high ground, blinks up. Now the Stalkers live a little bit long because they take a lot less damage because the Lings don't have the surround. Lings have to get a surround again, and that's a manual thing. They're not going to automatically surround right away. So by the time they do that, the Stalkers can blink yet again. If they survive long enough. I don't know if they actually do. But that just allowed them to get a few extra volleys off all those mutas, picking them off low enough to where this is really expensive to repair. So let's go right at the 20-minute mark. We can see Crazy Moving establishing his bank. After that, he used it all on mutas. If that didn't happen, if he didn't lose all those mutas, he would have had money left over to do something with this hive. To either get a Great Aspire, well, do something other than get +3 flying attack, because that's what he's doing with this hive tech right now, is getting +3. Not the best use of it. It's good use. +3 is nice to have, but Infestors or Great Aspire after the 20-minute mark is absolutely essential because of that. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the analysis. If at any point you thought I was wrong, let me know. I do enjoy having intelligent discussions in comments. Also, let me know about good games on streams, because I will do anything to get good replays to cast, because it is hard finding games to cast. But anyways, take care. See you guys around. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't really.